Yes. Back to the live for a quick minute. It's been a while, a very long time. Probably been wondering what happened to Lord Enki. He done disappeared. Well, we're gonna talk about that. That's what it's gonna be about today. Reason why Enki disappeared for a quick minute is to embrace my higher self. Same thing I'm gonna be talking to y'all about. And I wouldn't know to embrace my higher self. You ain't gonna get nobody come and be like, I'm gonna embrace my higher self, or what will drag you away from what you're doing. Because when we talking about embracing your higher self, you're talking about giving up things you immediately was doing to go isolate yourself to learn yourself. So what would make somebody do that? For think like that. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Black Hulk. Well, that's the thing. Not too many people is gonna get that incentive or that motive or this motivation. It's something that do it that make you just put down relationship, put down everything you're doing, put everything down for a minute. Yes, Isa Lee. Thank you for welcoming me back, and it's good to see you too. I hope everything is in good health with you and our prosperity. Now, the thing now is when you get pulled away, or what motivates you to want to go into this isolation, it's not a total isolation. It's just becoming conscious of your own action, conscious of your words, conscious of everybody around you, and yourself in reference to it. Peace and love. Yes, Taha Heru, I'm definitely back. That's what this is about. I want to explain everything to you, so I'm breaking it down. Because really, once it pulls you away, it's now, you could be in your room sitting around, okay, I'm bored. What's this isolation about? What am I doing here? And now you got TV, you got your kids, you got, probably on the phone, Facebook, whatever. This is not isolation still. This is not even part of it, because those is the distractions that actually keep on blocking you from meeting your higher self. Your higher self is the one you're trying to go meet. You're the program that's programmed from seeing everything around you, looking at your phone, reacting to your kids, reacting to your boss, reacting to your love, reacting to you want a car, reacting. You become a reactor of just action. You're not actually a creator. It's a difference between a reactor and a creator. One is get their intuition and impulses from inside of them, and then the other one, he just have to wait for something to happen. Like you got to say hello. They be like, "Hi, how was your day?" "Oh, it was great." So they just reactive and is part of the program. So you separate yourself now to isolate to be the creator, so you know how to create and not just be the program itself or part of the matrix. The speaker of the truth is here. I greet you all from South Africa. Sekahaba Dipahoka. Yes. God bless you. Yes, I'm coming there. I'm coming to Africa. I'm got to spread the teachings of West Africa. We got to spread the teachings, the truth, man. We're our own enemy. We the ones that we can't hear, can't see, because we chasing our desires. And that's what this is about. Because I wouldn't know what I'm about to tell you, or all this information about higher self if I kept chasing my desires. And I learned from my higher self, I'm going to call my higher self the Father. That's what they call the Father. Yes, Sanjago, God bless you. Guam is in the house, yes. Well, this is what happens now. We have emotions. We have this desire that is controlled, because that word desire itself, it comes from a old word meaning Diablo, Aster. These comes from actually where you get your desire from. It comes from stars, the star beings, the archons. They control our desire through our endocrinology system. They control our glands, so they give off chemicals. The chemicals go on your body and make you think what they want you to think. A great example for you to understand is hunger. Look at hunger. When you get hungry, your mind don't say you're hungry. Your body, your stomach gives off a sensation, a feeling, and set off a chemical, and your mind now interpret it and say, I'm going to go eat. I'm hungry. So it's your body that control your mind. Your mind don't control your body. So your body is your worst enemy because it actually produces all the chemicals that you feel from love, hate, lust, desires. All of these is just chemical reaction that your mind pick up upon and you believe it. You know, so I want you to understand that our body is controlled by the stars, the zodiac. Those is the archons. They're also called the 72 name of God. So once you understand that you're not yourself, you have to learn who you are now. That's why you isolate yourself, to know that it's impulses that's pushing on your skin, which is actually DNA with flaps that open and close for perception. Each little hole on your body, let's look at it on a bigger level. This would be your skin if we had it under a microscope. It look like honeycomb patterns. These honeycomb patterns right here, as you can see, they actually now is the perception for your reality to hear everything. It comes through. But say now if the hole is closed, it's smoothed down and it's closed, you can't get no perception. You only could depend on what your reality tell you. So your skin flaps have to open through proteins. DNA have to open and close. And once that protein comes inside of you, only way you get protein is by actually having an understanding of your reality, a truth understanding, an honest understanding, not a pseudo what you want to make it seem understanding. That keep your flaps closed and your DNA proteins. So now once you get in perception, you will see that your flaps open up. You start producing the oily texture over your skin. This is called the crystals. It's a natural oil that comes up. This is because protein is being conducted now between your DNA chromosome to make it actually open and close. This is where you get information. This is where you have evolution taking place, alchemy now, the chemical reaction changes. So when we actually awaken, we open up our DNA flaps for information because we no longer believe everything we're being told. And so this is where you have trouble with the archons. The archons is the one who control your endocrinology system through the zodiacs. They're the 12 zodiacs, which each one is like, you could say it's 100 million per zodiac spirits that come with them. And if you don't understand them, you ain't going to understand how water itself don't make the waves. It's the pressure per square inch and the spirits that's in it, that's you seeing the imprints of them on the wave. Same as your skin, it's the pressure per square inch pushing on you that create your form. So that same pressure actually resonate on your skin to make certain feelings come about you, certain way of thinking, so you don't see. When you look in that book and then you hear when they're saying the mystery, oh, it's a mystery and a parable, I'm not going to tell you. And for those with eyes, let them see, and ears, let them hear. That actually is telling you, your skin is not really connecting your neurons to your mind, not to your brain, your mind, which can interpret information, but you need the third eye for you to understand it. Yes, this is going to be about the corals, Sandra Aruga, because this is the journey of the Father. I'm going to tell you the Father, the one who brought me to all of this information. And let me give you a quick lessons, because she bought the corals. That's what I'm selling now. These corals is protection pieces. So we jump in subjects where I've been all this time. I've been studying corals. That's what I've been doing. And I've been learning how to make them into jewelry and also into crystals. See, this right here is what our ancestors used to wear as medallion pieces. You know, I shaved down the back. As you can see, the back of it now is cut. And it's actually an image on it of the ancestors, Kundalini, the snake. And as I move it in closer, it's very detailed out as far as you just could get a a microscope and look, and you will see the little crystallization of entities, of beings. Now, these is what we was viewed to make amulets back in the days. This protects us because every little calcification of brine, these are salt brines, was actually a spirit, a living amoeba, a cell, something that was alive. And so when they died, they calcified into what we consider rocks or sea rocks, but they're not. They're actually fossils. This fossil alone is about 25 million years old. For it to turn to this form, it has to be 25 million years old. So when we take these now and make these into jewelry, we giving ourselves protection, like from your basic empaths to actually vampires, psychic vampires that steal your energy. This protects you against them. Now, they come in many forms and different styles. As you can see, this is from a round one. How you doing, Raven? Peace and love. How do you feel about exercise and weightlifting? Black Hope. All right, exercising and weightlifting is for. All right, let me give you a scenario. You ever look at a kung fu movie, right? You see the master. He's feeble looking, you know, little belly looking like Buddha. And then you look at the student. The student is all cock diesel, worked out, looking all right. But it's the master who looked feeble, and the student looked like intimidating. But it's the student who needs the lesson. Working out, this is the story of it. And lifting weights, forming your body. One thing when you do that, right, it was put onto you by the archons, the zodiacs. You get that through Mars. Mars bring war into your system. So with you having to work out and wanting to lift weights, it's a motive behind it. You're not just doing it to do it. You can't just say, I want to do it to be in shape, because look at the Egyptians. When you look at the statues, they doesn't cock diesel and big. No African was ever cock diesel and big. That's a European thing. When you lift weights, you constrain the blood to your brain. You cannot get up to your neocortex brain or your neoprimal brain. You only can live in your mammalia brain, which is your reptilian brain. So once you start lifting weights, you constrain the blood that goes to your brain or other places of your body, such as your penis, and it actually only go to your arms and your leg. All your blood goes to your arms and legs. That's why only your arms get big and your legs get big in a woman's ass. That's where her blood is. But when you do that, you constrain your reproductive system. You constrain your neocortex and your other part of your brain from catching higher self information, or even producing yourself as a higher self. When you put yourself in that state now, only thing you're in is a fight or flight situation. Your reptilian brain is only there to render you for fight or flight. So you're always ready to do it with somebody. That's all you're ready for. And so that's your motive behind this, either a source of protection, a source of trying to improve your social life. It's not actually your true identity of who you are or what you are, because you're judging yourself, or you're thinking you need your body in shape, when it's all about your consciousness and it's about your spirit. Whatever's going to do anything to you, you already could take care of it because you prepared already spiritually. You don't have to have a look externally. That's an intimidating look. It's not actually true. If you eat right and discipline your mind, that's the masters. You will see everything comes to you. But if you have to work out, the first thing, like I say, is where are you sending the blood? You're redistributing blood throughout your body. You're not putting in new blood. So where you just redistributing it to, you're taking it from one place and putting it someplace else. So when you're constrained, when your arms is big and it's muscular, you don't have a natural vibratory frequency. Every crystal vibrates at a set frequency. And so when it vibrates at that frequency, that's what gives us its form and shape. That's your BMI. When you start working out, you give off a false frequency, because a dead arm that would be down, you start having it pulse up. So now the vibratory frequency of you is different. So it makes you vibrate at a false frequency. When you vibrate at a false frequency, you get entities that don't belong to you come to you, because that's not your natural vibratory frequency. Your natural vibratory frequency is set to your body. It's unique to your body. But when you have emotions such as fear, such as love, such as hate coming to you, you switch your vibratory frequency, and certain entities that was for a plant, for an animal, for something else like the water, comes to you because you're vibrating at that frequency that it was supposed to go to, thinking it's a plant or animal. And so we bring these entities into our magnetic field through our vibratory frequency. So if you ever look in mesmerism or studying of the past, people are prone to work like animals. It's called mesmerism is animal magnetism. This is how we was raised. We come from the animal world, and the animal is still in us. Our soul is an animal. That's why it's called the anima. You know, that's the Sanskrit word for the soul. We have to train it. If you read, you want to go back and read some type of information to prove that you come from the animal, like they say you are from the apes. You are an ape, to be honest. Straightforward, you're an ape. You only know how to mimic things. Nobody's know how to create anything. You have to accept that fact first. If you can't accept the fact you're an ape that just mirror neuron everything you see. Look at karate flicks. Look at your little child. All they do is act like Spider-Man and Superman and want to watch the movies on TV and mimic it. They don't have no individuality of their own or create anything. So once you can notice that and understand that, then you will seek for higher consciousness because you know you're a monkey. Once if you don't know you're a monkey, then you got the Lion King thing going on, where you think you're something else when you're really that. But once you realize what you are, you change what you are and fix that. That's what our whole purpose of the Father's lesson is to teach you. So now, how is that possible? Well, look at when you're born. You come out the womb just like an animal. This is the mesmerism. This is documented now in scientific philosophy and truth. And so you suck on the breast just like a dog or a cow or whatever animal. And we wrestle as in our young years with the cubs just like animals. We start having sex with a whole bunch of different partners just like the animals. Then as we grow older, we seek out a mate just like the animals. So it's only until we leave that level of what we call survival instincts, we realize that what a human being is in reference to an animal. So having kids, having sex is considered animalism still. It's not considered higher self stuff. Higher self stuff is taking that journey of you was born by yourself and you're going to die by yourself. So in between, there's lessons only for you to learn. It's not for you to live and get comfortable here. So every experience you have renders you new lessons. What you're doing is remembering. Everything is already in you. You already know everything. But when they program you, you start believing the program and you forget what you already knew. That's what nature taught you. So by you taking these experiences and bring back your instincts, you need experiences, especially traumatic experiences, put back the memory back into you because it's already there into you. So our government know all of this, so they design a system with family, government, the whole democratic and republican system to govern you under, so you stay sleeping. You let the government take care of everything for you. Food is provided for you, shelter is provided for you, so you sleeping. You're not in your body. Everything is just go to work, come home, take care of the kids. You're sleeping. You're not in your body. That's the Matrix. Thomas Anderson at his desk, sleeping. And Morpheus, his soul came and woke him up and said, that's not real. It's not real. It's a program. But you have to realize that and want to change the program. Your body tricks you into that too. That's why I'm trying to put it all together so everything make 360 degrees. So this been teaching me how to make crystals. I'm selling crystals now, and every one of my crystal got faces in it, people in it, entities, our spirits in it. This is from my God of the White line or whatever. As you can see, these are some that I've been making. That's why I've been gone. Trust me, my teachings is never going to leave. I'm not going to leave here. What I'm doing, though, is trying to bring more to the lessons. So these is different type of raw crystals. They're not cut. They're just the whole crystal itself, but they have a different look to them. This is calcite. As you can see, it's orange. The orange is the sun. This is calcite is the most powerful crystal you could get because it actually is capturing the light of the sun. This is liquid, crystallized sun. It's yellow, orange. It comes in different color, but you would want the yellow orange one is the most one because it opens up your crown chakra, your pineal gland, your throat chakra, and your heart chakra, and your root chakra. It almost cover all the chakras by just having this stone in your pocket. It just changes your whole confidence. I've been actually selling these locally, and people who haven't been able to think clear. I had one guy who came the next day and said that at first he could not think of what he's going to do next. He lived by the moment. But after he retained one of the crystals, all of a sudden he started being able to remember, plot out his whole day, plot out what he's going to do tomorrow, plot out next week. He said he already know what he's going to do up to next year. So he was like, it's amazing what these things do. So we got to realize, when I was saying that we're the flaps that open up, what is the info on the store so I can buy some crystals? Well, I'm doing them live myself right now. Let me tell you, I've been gone working every night and day. These crystals, I haven't slept. You don't sleep with these. I'm telling you, man. Crystals is the shit. I haven't slept. I haven't ate. I've been going to bed like 4 or 5 and waking up back like 7, 8, back in the thing, scrubbing and building and molding All of these is really by hand that I do these, you know, and all of them I have to take them out. They don't come like this. I want y'all to understand, when you get a crystal, it comes like this in this rock. This is a whole crystal, but this is what you want, a raw crystal. I could send you this. You see, if you look, it's in there, but I have to take it out. And when you get it out, this is in its form. But it don't just come as it is, as you see. But so I've been extracting crystals, learning how to have them in this different form. Like this would be like a spirit crystal. You know, you could Google it if you want to know what spirit crystals are. They're cloudy. They reflect images, as you can see. It's the boy head in it. You know, everyone, you see the little boy eyes right now. The black boy right here, his little face sticking through. They all come. All right, I'm gonna send you the info. Really, you know, I'm gonna be doing them. All you gotta do is pick the one you want. We'll number them, and look, all of them got images. See the black guy right here with the hat on? This is my Black Hat Man horse line. I mean, crystal line. That's what I'm saying. When I tell y'all the Black Horseman is real, he's in every crystal with the hat on. All Obitella and all the guys of Orisha, every one of them is in there. We wear the hats. I'll show you all of them, but as you can see, them in every crystal. Supper is asking about where to purchase the crystals, King God. You purchase them from me. You call me and you make an order. I send it to you direct. Put it like this. I got enough to help everybody. Do you carry it in all around with you? Yes. Sandra Arugo, I'm going to show you. I got them in pocket size. I call them pocket protection pieces. These is like you just put them in your pocket daily and you keep them. As you can see, the Hat Man, you see him right here. And this is his little friend, me right here. Hat Man, me. Both of them is there. It's in every side. Look at this right here. You see the picture right there of the black man or the God? Everyone is images inside of it. Look at right here with the hat on, Orisha style. It's not something that anybody could do. It really take a lot of work. And I had to stay in isolation, don't talk, and just make them. You hold the energy. It's a form of alchemy. And I perfected the art myself from looking like this to now I can offer you crystals that look like this. Look at this. This is how I got them looking now. This is from practicing, working, everything that I do. And these things weigh about 5 ounces, man. This is not light. Look, this is a sister, brother and sister right here. Look, this is all the work I've been doing. This was a rock, dirty. And I cleaned it, polished it, put it to its whole thing to give you this, as chakra crystals. You understand? They're powerful. As you can see how the light reflect to it, it shows you that. And it's in its natural raw form as this like sunlight color, the color gold. This is our ancestral crystal because it's all over. Just like vegetables and food is all over. God put it there for to help us. This is what's supposed to help us. We don't need those other crystals. Just keep this with you. If you do Google and just watch videos on calcite crystal and its health benefits, changing people's life. If you lost a loved one or you want a relationship, put this in your pocket or send this as a gift. I kid you not. This works in every way. What's up, Michael DeLine? How you been? So this is like a set that I've been working on. This is like, you see, I have them in from little ones. I just perfected this style right here. And this is what y'all like. But you got to realize, even though these is a lot of work, and I could take anyone and perfect it if you want, say for instance, because I do them in white too. This is in white, God of the white right here. As you can see, it's all crystal, but it's in the white form. You wet it, it turned back to glass. But now I could give it to you in any form you want. Well, it'll look like this. This is the marble look of it. I didn't do this side right here, so you can see how it naturally looks. It's gonna look like water. Water, and this is actually glass or light that you can see is calcified in it. So these is all spiritual and they protect you. You keep this in your car, put this in your house, no spirit. This like a cat that love negative energy, love negative spirit, it get rid of it. And this is what you need for protection. Me, I'm a living proof of it. I proudly push these out and I tell you to change your life. And actually everyone, as you can see, this is a little gold piece. Look how it has the picture in it. You see the Hat Man right here? and you can see the gods right here. Yo, this one is so special. Let me show you something. Look at it this way. You see the cross? You see the hat man right here with the cross looking at it? This even got, look at one of the gods up here on the mountain. Everything is pictured out on this one so deep. It even got the shepherd with the sheep. Let me show you the shepherd with the sheep. Hold on. This crystal here, I was like, nah, this can't be real, man. But believe it or not, the powers that be is 100% real. Let me see, cause it's let me show you anyway this way. Look, the way these work, is it anywhere in the world of secrecy? What is it everywhere in the world of secrecy? I didn't catch that, Michael. Hold on one second. I was gonna say, but this you catch it from different angles. Each angle renders it a different image, and so you got a spiritual eye. This is for seers. This is what you would use to go and look at your nephew, niece, or cousin. You would stare into the crystal, not at the outside, but you see, once you start looking and you see image form, it leads you to another image, which leads you to another image. Like you see the woman in here now, she's next to the cross right here, with the man right here with the glasses on. Everything is images. I heard tears of Netyrus when you showed the larger crystals. Really? Raven, you know you got spiritual powers. You got to come get some of these crystals. Now, I'm also looking for distributors too. I got enough to feed the world of it, you know? And so I'm looking for distributors to actually distribute it. Like, I got what's called dragon eggs. Look at this beautiful color rock. You see this? This is called a dragon egg. Look at the beautiful colors on it. But I want to show you what makes it a dragon egg. Once you crack it open, it's all crystal inside. This is a dragon egg. See the inside? It's all crystal. This do the crystals you have are only in Jamaica? I don't know. I believe every place renders different crystals according to the spirits that's on the crystals. And so this is just the spirits of the crystals over here. You know, they specialize in calcite. They got different colors, but it's mostly our brown color. This ties back to Obitella and West Africa. These are the West African crystals that we see. So this, like, I could clear it all off, or you can have it as is with the showpiece of it showing this crystallization. As you can see, it's deep, but it's a whole crystal rock that I could either peel off the top layer of it and show it all as crystals, or you could get it as is. Now, we got cookies and cream crystals too. Like these type of crystals here help people who have eating disorders, who have problem always wanting to eat. It looks like food, but by staring up on it, it curbs your appetite. I call them cookies and cream because it actually help people with appetite suppression. It's like taking a dietary pill by just staring at it. Now, look at it in this form. See, when I say it's like cookies and cream, look at how this looks. This is like peanut butter and jelly. I mean peanut butter and cream or something, but it's a crystal. This is all a crystal. So everyone is unique. There's no two that's the same. As you can see, it's different. You know, and each one actually have powers and abilities to open up your mind, to unlock your chakras. Look at this one with a man standing in it. You see the man right here? This is his head. He's sitting in a chair, really. This is his arm. This is his arm. This is his legs right here. He's sitting in a chair. You see this? This is a crystal right here. Look at this. You see how it shines? This whole crystal, it looked like some type of, you know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look how the veins go down of it. I'm just showing you what's available, and it's a solid crystal. And I got it in white, and I got it a white series. This is like, now it's kind of matted. It will have a matted white look to it. So this is like, you know, different sizes. Now let me give you pocket protections. Like, I made this myself. I want you to look at it. The closer it gets, the more detail it is as far as chakras. Could you see these? I don't want it to be out of, but these is little chakras right here, as you can see. I call them pocket protectors. And these actually now protect evil spirits, negative thoughts. We got a thing out here called bad minding. where people put their bad mind energy on you. This blocks it right here. And these is very beautiful. If you can see them up close, it's just beautiful holes that form these chakra patterns. Well, you know, I have them in all styles, like this, like this. So these is like pocket protections. You can have them as pocket protections. This is all iced out. It's all crystal too. So, you know, the big ones is for the house, but little ones, you know, we have them that you can have it just for yourself to keep in your pocket all day, you know, from any size. You get to pick what you want. Really, you go on a video chat with me and I show you from almost thousands of different styles, and you pick whatever you want. I got them from all sizes down to, like, you know, the littlest of the smallest, like this little heart right here. You know, you see how it look? Whoa. Yeah, so you see they come like all sizes. You could get the little heart. It's all crystal. So is anything your pockets could afford, I got you. Just hit me up. And, you know, I don't know if I have any numbers, but I basically work this through either Facebook Messenger. You could just call me on Facebook Messenger. Get in Facebook. But, you know, it's unlimited what the different varieties I have. I have bags upon bags full. And I'm pretty sure I would even guarantee your money back if it don't change your life within 90 days. If it don't change your life within 90 days, I will give you your money back. Who offers that? But one thing with these, nobody see these, nobody touch these. You're going to be the first to touch it and look at it, except for the maker of it, which is me, which is a high priest. And so it's only your energy is on it, your essence, which is very important to know. This is what we're going to talk about today, your energy and your essence. What are you doing that you didn't know you're doing, and how you do it? Well, to be honest, can you still activate your mind without using crystals, Michael DeLine? Yes, that's if you actually got the gods helping you. If you don't got the gods helping you, spirits guiding you, you can't do it. That's why everybody's unconscious. You got to realize we're not here to just say, yeah, the honeycombs. The honeycombs, if you notice, nature produces only honeycomb. All the bees pattern, look at your skin. If you could see it under a microscope, it's honeycomb. Let me show you something as far as reference with the honeycomb. Look, I'm going to show you two of these. This is so beautiful to me. Look, you see this? And it's a giant, all it is honeycomb pattern. You see it? This right here has a lot of spiritual powers right here. You see the pattern on it? But it's the honeycomb shapes. Now, look at it in all crystal. I got it in all crystal here in rock, too. The same thing. Look at this. This is in coral shell or whatever the thing. And here it is also now. Look like a giant cake. But it's all crystals in it. Look. You see? So this pattern is in everything. That honeycomb pattern is the pattern of life. You know, you could see it like this. Look, I got this in a bag, but you could see it's all iced out. It's the same pattern. If you look at the top, you see it's like patterns of it. So once you unite yourself with that pattern, it actually activates back your DNA flap. It opens back your flap. What you're doing, so let me give you a technical understanding scientifically so you get it. We're talking about closing and opening of your DNA, actually activating yourself. Now, only way you can activate it is through the gods. The gods only choose certain people to activate their DNA. It doesn't go around and activate everybody's DNA. You got to want it or been through a lot of trauma. Now, a lot of people now is seeking self-activation. Only thing that can activate DNA is light. Look it up. Google it. Research it. Light. Light activates your DNA. Stare into light. That's why people were sun staring. Sun staring became popular because it was activating people's DNA. All of a sudden, it was like, sun staring made your appetite go away. Sun staring make you able to see into the other world. Sun staring do this. Sun staring helps you with this because you're looking into light. So you can look into any light source and activate your DNA. That's why an empath is addicted to light. They stare into light. They love light as glares. They stare at glares. Anything with light, they stare at it because they're constantly activating their neurons, constantly activating your neurons. You got more neurons than there is actually universes, man. You got quadrillions of neurons, so it's always a neuron to activate. And only way you're gonna activate your neurons is over your head. Your activator is the air, the chakras. What we think is what we calling air is no such thing. We got European definition that dead's reality and a living reality. Everything is alive. There's nothing dead here. And if you knew that, you will interact with it instead of isolating from it, scared of it. It's gonna kill me. They're gonna do this to us. Everything here is alive, and you have to interact with it to get what you have to get from it so you can move on. As long as you don't know that you're a servant, you're just going to work, coming home, thinking about getting what they built. Let me see. An iPhone 15. Yeah, I'm going to get that. That's what I'm working hard for. I'm working hard to get the house that everybody else is doing. Make a website with Spotify or Big Cartel. Teach me, Black Hulk. Teach me. I don't know about all that stuff. I'm just coming out of isolation, y'all. Y'all could tell me what's going on, and I can help y'all by integrating it with the spiritual world. The journey I've been on, let me talk about that real quick because we don't understand sometimes what has actually meant by the spirit world, the other side, the parallel. By this point, y'all should know I've been dealing with angels. Nothing has changed. It's got even worse where it seemed like it pulled me too much into the parallel. I don't have a personal life no more. And so what happens is it's like I go into a double vision. I floatings, chakras, kundalini. Please tell us more about these, Lord Enki. Yes, Kamala. That's what we're talking about right now. So what happens is from doing chakra activation, from staring at the sun, it opened up a parallel universe for me. This starts off as a spiral spinning. This spiral spinning, and I remember when I was young in my teenage years, it was like we took acid or like an E or something. And you all of a sudden see the little micro dots on the floor moving around like ants or spinning or something. It's the same thing. It's like a DMT thing. So when you start doing your chakra work, it's like you get this little spiral spinning that starts to just come up in your vision. Well, eventually that opens up. It opens up. It opens up. It opens up. It opens up. When I say it's open up, it's a world. So it could consume you and take you through there. So after doing that for a while, I'm going to give you a quick overrun of my past so you get to understand. It first came to me in the form of an orb. I saw an orb. I never saw an orb in my life. I didn't know what an orb was. I just saw it 4 years ago, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So I keep seeing this orbit. Then eventually, this orb opened up to take me into other worlds. So now I'm telling everybody I'm traveling on the moon, I'm going through Mars, and that's what it was doing. It was like when you enter the orb, it comes as a little light, but eventually it just turns and your body starts flashlining. It's like you start seeing in a different frequency of silver, like a magnetic field. And from there, you get to hold it. It's like at first it starts flashing, but eventually if you can hold it, you just stay in silver in the magnetic field. Once you're in the magnetic field, you see everything. Everything is available to you. There's nothing off limits. It's like you on the World Wide Web or cerebral mind or something. So the first thing I'm seeing is dragons. Dragons is the first thing I'm seeing in reptilians. But it scared the hell out of me so bad I didn't sleep for maybe 2 months. I lost so much weight. I went to see a priest. I went to the Catholic church. I was trying everything. I was scared to death. It was that I learned in this reality there's no definition for that stuff. And so we equate it to bad. That's all I could find was something that it was bad. You can hit me up on University of Conscious Science at gmail.com or just Damian Samuels, DAMEAN at on Facebook. That's my Facebook, you know. Yes, all right. Yes, Raven, I'm right here. So now once I started seeing all of this, the reptilian and the dragon, it actually now gave me another vision. It was like now when I stare at something, it's like everything, I start going into the book. It's a 2-dimensional book will come three-dimensional to me and just start coming to me, and I'll be overwhelmed by it to go back to where now the still pictures after it covers you start running around and moving. So you see everything in like a fast motion eventually, and once you hold it, everything starts slowing down and you start seeing ghost images from the paper lift off the paper, and you see like a hologram ghost image in the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is here. What we look at, you looking at me on your flat, you still looking two-dimensional, man. When you look in four dimension, look at me or whatever you're looking at, your phone, your screen, and put it in the middle of it, in the air. That's when you take it off of it. You could do that. We don't always see things flat. That's like a flat look. There is another perception that actually take it off the flatness of it and bring it in a view in front of you. That's what you have to eyes to see. I was saying I can help him to set up his crystal shop, contacting me. Oh yes, Raven, I need it. I need the help. Let me tell you, I got enough, man. I got work for days. Like I said, I could actually be a distributor of it. That's how much it is. And I got so many different styles. I could stay here all night and entertain y'all with just how they look. You know, from like this size, we go down to like this size. And you know, they're so beautiful, man. Everything I showed you, the little one, these are the patterns of it in the big ones. Now, we got them in this style too. Look, this is such a beautiful style right here. Look, hold on, let me see. I don't want to catch the reflection too much. So this is like the cookies and cream style. You see the man with the hat in there? He's right in there peeking, always there. And you see this one is like a rendered look. It give you that style. So I was saying I can help him set up his crystal shop. Contact me. All right, I need help with that, Raven. I need you to help me set up the crystal business because, you know, that's where it's going to help people. The gods didn't send me to go do this for me. They sent me to help you with this. Calcite. This is the Son. This is the Father. This is our Father right here, calcified, and he shows himself as spirit. You have to know how to read crystals. All the crystals I have too is a double crystal. So in the light, they form one thing. Look at this one right here. This is the lion head. You see the image right here? Let me show you the lions. This is his face sideways, the nose, the mouth. It goes under. Look, you see his chin right here? You see the waves from the sun right here? Look, it's the lion's head right here. His eye is right here. Now look when I turn it this way. You see the better now. You see the cat. You see the head. You see the teeth, the nose, the eyes right here. This is the head of the cat, the lion. I hope you see what I'm showing you. You see it? It's the lion head. All my crystals is alive. They're a living being. The gods, the stuff y'all see in the clouds when y'all see me walking, they're right here. This is them calcified now. If you ever wanted to see what was in the clouds, I'm selling them. I have them right here. So you cannot say if you don't see this lion's face or this head with the mouth, the eyes, and everything. You know, it even got a shape. If you feel the contour of it, it feels like it looks. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm bringing you these now for you to take and stare at. It's the light. When I tell you you have to activate yourself through light, that's the way your DNA works. It makes protein. Once protein is made, that's when your chromosome open up and actually give you perception. Aside from that, it's locked. But who controls that? The archons control you making protein and perception. So they set up everything for you. That's why your zodiac is able to predict your movements, because they control the zodiac. But taking away your desires, taking away all those things, they don't have no influence on you anymore. But only way you could take that away is actually becoming just your consciousness. You can't be the body. You can't be all those things. They don't let them influence you. You just be the consciousness in the body so that it don't have no influence on the mind. You're not the mind. You use the mind, but you're not your mind. Just use your mind, but be your consciousness. And I'll teach you all that if you want one-on-one. Now here, these is also crystallized too. But as you can see, everything in this, it actually got pictures, images. All the images is in there. You know, these is all how all the crystals look. They're beautiful. and they're well taken care of. Look at this, the black boy, the black head, see them, the whole crew right here? It's a whole crew of people, if you could read. This is how I call them seer crystals. These are for seers that know how to see. And actually, you see the pictures, the form on it? This is what I take. This started out as an ugly rock, but it's all calcite crystal right here, you know? So, I'm just basically giving you an overrun of the different styles. See, this is a different style right here. I was saying I can help him. Raven, I keep seeing that same message pop up. Maybe I'm tripping out. All right, now, so let's talk about back into the spiritual world now. I was finishing up. I just wanted to show y'all that with the honeycomb and everything. So, ever since now, basically, I tell you it's the reptilian and the dragon. It took a while for me to understood this, that I was actually in a dragon or in some place that's full of reptiles or whatever. But what caught on is that it looked like a cave. It looked just like how Plato and all the ancients describe it when they say you enter a cave. Muhammad was born in a cave. Jesus was born in a cave, or Bethlehem. Plato talk about the cave. Everybody talk about this cave. So it's not a cave. I was the first one, and let me be the first one to tell you, I thought I was in a cave too. And you walk through it and you meet all the ancient ancestors and you meet all the gods, you meet everybody. But I caught on that it was not a cave I'm in. It was in the mouth of a dragon, or the eye of the dragon. And so I said, oh my God, this is crazy. And it's been a crazy ride ever since. This dragon is 100% real. There's nothing kidding about it. So if I wanted to come visit you, I would have to go through the dragon. The dragon, if you look at all medieval pictures, you see how it connects all worlds. It's the only thing that goes through to every dimension, every world. So you could say the magnetic field itself is the dragon. You live in the mouth of the dragon. This whole dimension is inside of a dragon. And it's a magnetic by force and electric. So that's where you get the two forces of your spine, the kundalini. Is one is magnetic, one is electric. Ida and Pingala, Isis or Osiris. And it rides down you. And so once you open yourself up to it now, this is where you get your Horus and Set. The gods come on to you. It actually blinds you now to the program you, the one who you think you are under the government program, and you wake up to the whole true you, a person who don't feel protected, feel that you are being attacked, feel like something is going to happen to you. That's your awakening. Your consciousness now came out. It's not under the protection, but that's Horus and Set who activate your chakras through your spine. Once your spine activates, everything else now starts to come in. Hold on. Damn, Lord Enki saved me when I was at my lowest. Doctors and blood tests and specialists couldn't decipher what was going on with me. First video I saw was the Hindu Kundalini one, and it changed my life. Karma Pala Bra, I would be glad to help you, and I'm helping a lot of people like you, man. I didn't even know I've been helping people in Jamaica with the same issues. I didn't even know it was like that out here. They made it like, yo, you got a gift and you're gonna help us. So please get in touch with me. I'm gonna start giving out my phone number if you want to call me in. It's in Jamaica, and it's a Jamaican phone number, but it's 876-294-7297. You could call me and we could take it from there. I definitely could help you. I could help you. I'm helping a lot of people with those issues. But I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. And it's nothing really strange, man. The world is divided right now. And a lot of us have awakening that we're supposed to go through. And it's defined as mental disease today. But it's not. It's actually people awakening to their true self. And it seemed like mental disease, but it's not. And I just want y'all to understand that, because we're in a condition right now where it seems like it's an attack out on people who's going through their awakening, because they know spiritually they're awakening, but it's us who is actually believing them. And once you believe them, you become crazy. You start believing that what you see. It's hard because TV is geared towards people who activate, meaning what you see in scary movies is the stuff you're going to see when you activate, but it's not bad. It's the movies make it and defined it for us as bad, and we believed it now. And so when we see it, that's our only interpretation of it. So you have to say, oh, it's bad because that's how they have it in the movies, or that's what it said. But that's not true. It's your own transformation you're going through. You're not gonna stay fixed. As you can see, the day don't stay at 1 o'clock forever. So you're not gonna stay fixed. It's a transformation that you have to go through to become something greater, which is a healer, which is a knower. A very important word, knower, is what is the key to this. That when you're sleeping, you only know what they told you. By me actually taking these crystals, experimenting. No, when I started out, let me tell you, I was starting out with rocks. Rocks. This has got to be more to it. And from this rock came this. This to this was my own personal journey, my own personal experience that connect me to each one of these that I make individually, because I discovered it, I found it, I researched it, and it was them that pointed me to it. And so if you actually gonna awaken and don't have no cause, you're gonna sit around your house and do nothing, nature has so much for you to offer you. You don't know if that's a tree. They told you that's a tree. What kind of tree is it? What does it do for you? Does it make you sick? Do it help and heal you? Do you know the difference between the two? What's the grass around you for? What could you do with it? You have to take these now and take it into account, because we're not headed into a mechanical world no more. The Newtonian way of living, where they thinking this is a mechanical universe and the sun go around and it follows this cycle of clock, and we're mechanical, meaning we work every 6 days of the week, 5 days of the week, and then we take to that's not spiritual. That's going to change. We're in a metaphysical world. This Aquarian age is rendering people to do for themselves, do what their spirit is telling them, because it's instructions for you to enter your higher self. This is about your higher self. The higher self is a knower. It already knows everything. When knowing come through, knowing is a different type of information than actually information that you're seeking going on YouTube. That's actually, you're trying to please your ego. All you're doing is looking for information to make yourself feel good, because human beings chase information. Look at everybody, they're just chasing information. Because why? They don't know. When you don't know, you chase information. But when you want to seek to know, the higher self will show you what to do to learn each thing you need to know. So you only need to know what pertains to you. You don't need to know everything around you, because that's how you get lost. When you only know what pertains to you, you watch yourself grow. You watch yourself grow. And it's only your higher self aligning it. It's your mentor that aligns your experience. Let me break it down to you. When we talk about the archons, right, and going on the spiritual journey, you're going to encounter the beings, scary beings, ugly demons, everything that you see in the movies, from Freddy Krueger looking one day. They make Freddy Krueger up. Freddy Krueger is already in your subconscious. Jason is in your... Anything, a human being bringing this reality, you can't make it up. It comes from your subconscious mind. Mickey Mouse, Pepsi, everything comes from your subconscious mind. There's nothing here until you become a creator. A creator is the hardest thing to do. So you got to realize, when somebody throw all this stuff out that you're seeing, it has some type of meaning to it in your subconscious. And so once you realize that, you realize when you go into the world of the parallel, your higher self world, the soul world, it's a scary place to you in reference to what you usually see in a fixed up Wizard of Oz world that we live in. Is not real. This is, we make it so we can only see the good in this world. Just like there's night and day, there's good and bad. So if we can't balance out the two, when you enter something that's natural and it's not no intimidation to you, it's not going to attack you, but you see Arabs now. Now you see Africans. The shit that they say about them, you feel like, oh, he's a terrorist or he's some savage, is going to attack you. And that's what's going to mess up your mind. And it's the same thing. You're going to see spirits and you're going to be thinking, oh, that's evil, he's going to do that. But it's nothing to attack you more than your thoughts. If you think something is going to attack you, it's going to attack you. You give off pheromones, that vibration I'm talking about. So if a dog come at you and you don't react like the program is to put off fear or a pheromone that they can smell fear, He can't bite you. It's the program that make him bite you. He barks at you, and you already saw yourself bit, he bites you. But if you already know the program, you don't push out that energy. You don't push out that fear energy, and he has to stop because he's only going to respond to what the program teach him to do. The same thing with human beings. If you already have them in a state of expectation, if you have expectation, you ain't going to be able to give off a true energy because that person already saw your program or know your program and expect you to act that way. So you can't do that because you're not teaching or you're not separating yourself from the matrix that way or getting into your higher self. You know, to understand your higher self and to be the knower, it's like I tell you the fire is hot. If I tell you the fire is hot and you be like, all right, it's hot, I'm not going to touch it. And I come back and there's two of y'all saying, and one of y'all touched the fire. You know the one who know more is simple. The one who touched the fire. Because if he touched the fire and I ask the question, what do fire feel like? One of them could only tell me. And it's the one that touched the fire who could experience that and tell me. The other one who say I didn't touch the fire because you said it was hot, he don't have nothing to say. He has no experience. That's just basic story of the prodigal son. The one who has experience came back to the household and was made head of the household. The one who stood home and just listened to the father, he never became nothing. And that's the truth. So if you don't go out there and experience shit you never experienced before, how could you be the prodigal son or come to your higher self if you ain't experiencing new experiences that challenges your lower self or challenge you to bring out your higher self? You got to understand, it's like learning to ride a bicycle or cultivate a muscles. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. You understand? Staying asleep is something you put yourself to sleep. Nobody wrote you into this world. You wrote your own script and put yourself to sleep, and now you don't want to wake up. So you got to understand what's going on here. It's nobody doing it to you. That's why the government ain't going to tell nobody nothing. Everybody how to wake up. Everybody how to do this. Because they need you to be a servant to them. When you stay sleeping, they do everything for you. You don't have to be in your body. And that's what's going on here. And so I wanted that to just understand that when I say I'm going to these higher worlds and to see these other beings, if you actually left your world of desires, left everything that I'm telling you about, you body double. You shift bodies now. From the orb coming that was taking me into those worlds, it became a second instinct. That's why I say it's a memory. And I remembered how to do it. So it's easy for me to body double, and all of a sudden the orb starts spinning again, and it takes me into now where the dragon is at. From the dragon who I ride on his back, it's like you're Aladdin, just like Aladdin, and you ride on his back. You start seeing what you interested. Say my mother got killed. I wanted to see what happened. It's so hurting inside of me. I close my eyes, body double, and the dragon takes me to that moment in time. And everything in time, let me give to y'all clear the science of why this is possible. Time for us is wrongly interpreted, but time is real. Time came with you. Time is an actual living being, but we don't work like how we doing. Everything I just did prior to this now, it's time stamped. It's frozen. It's a JPEG picture. Every movement that I just moved is frozen in this time, in this being. This is what's called the universal consciousness of all human beings. That's why we all tap into something, or I do something, and instinctively somebody else on the other side of the world could do it too. Because it's universal consciousness is an actual being that follows you at a rate of 30 degrees per second. Just like it repeats on every level, 30 degrees per month. This where you get your month from, your year from, your seconds from. It's a cycle that's, again, moves like this. It's a being. And that's so you are subject to time, but in sometimes not in your mind of how you have to go to work at this time and go to work at this time and go to sleep at that time. That's not real. But there is something capturing packets of data and pictures that holds it in what's called the universal consciousness, that when you close your eyes and you go into yoga or meditation, you can see what happened up to this second. Even in the future, you can see it. So once you unite yourself and don't think that this being, if you was to see him, he's the scariest thing in the world, and he has many other beings with him, you will be like, this is evil, this is not right. But you understand this world is a fake illusion. Even you don't look like you do. You look more like a dragon in the real world. In the spirit world, you're not actually a physical spirit human there. You're still coming from evolution from the animal to get a chance here on earth to be human. If you go through ascension and choose your spiritual self, then your lower self. If you choose your lower self, which is the carnal working self, you go back to being the animal that you first came in to test yourself with. But if you leave that and go up into now higher spiritual self, your neocortex, that's why you had all these educated people, all this other stuff come into being. It takes you now to your higher self and keep you there. So when you pass on, you die in a physical form like a human being, not like the dragon or the animal. But that's the basic look of everybody. That's why our ancestors, such as the Egyptians, drew half man with an animal face. That's how you actually look in the spirit world. Anybody from the ancient world knew all of this, you understand? So your job is to unite that. So if you was to see them, you shouldn't be afraid of them. You shouldn't think anybody's going to physically attack you because you don't have a physical body. This is all spiritual. Your form is just an identification piece, but it's nothing that could touch you. Anything that could harm you is done psychically. Psychically, you think this is going to happen, and you think it, and you feel it. But there is no physical body, so they have to use another form to get you. So anyways now, once you start being able to body double and go out into those worlds, that's how you're able to see. So from when I started with these crystals, every crystal, every single one of these, there's a being that governs them. There's a gatekeeper, and you can enter these. I entered all of these crystals one by one, and I saw what was in them. And these is where we get the mineral world from. And there is a world that you could go into as far as them. So it's like the first person I met when I was in there, he looked just like the Parker Brothers Monopoly guy, a white guy with the short beard and the hat on, just like that. But he was the gatekeeper. When I went through him, it was like I was in another world, a whole new journey for me. When I told you I finished Ascension, I thought it was finished. That's the ethereal world, but this mineral world renders a whole bunch of other beings that actually unite with us in the form of our calcium. They're our bone. Every bone on us, our nail, even the lens of our eyelashes, our teeth, is of these mineral beings, is of our crystals. We're crystal itself. They say that in one droplet of water is a crystal, from crystallizing of the water. And you're made of 70% water, so you're full of crystals. Everything about you, it actually makes a vibratory frequency that either it's an ugly crystal or a beautiful vibratory frequency that make it crystallize perfectly. You know, the masters, and you got priests that know the science. When you pray over water, you actually change the crystallization of the protons and neutrons and the electrons in it and make them all align. So you could actually pray over water that's poison and make it pure. You could pray over bad food and it'll be good for you. You could pray over GMO food and make it healthy. So it's actually the crystallizing of the food that makes up the elements of it that actually help you, or you could hurt yourself with it. So I just want you to understand the biggest and greatest crystal is you. You're the biggest crystal of all crystals and the smartest crystal in the world. So using crystals is just to enhance something already on you, something that you know. Colors is the key to it. Once you know the different colors, they actually help different parts of you. That's why the chakras is in different colors. Then you'll understand different hours of the day, the sun shift colors, and as it changes colors, it affects different part of your psychology or your endocrinology system to make different chemicals to give you your vitamins and minerals. But when you use the crystals, it's like you're force feeding yourself vitamins and minerals by staring into the crystals, because it's going to give off certain chemical reactions. These chemical reactions now is what's going to help you. So on that note, I'm going to go back into the crystals now so you can get to see some more. But all these beings that I'm showing you, I've met personally, and they've taken me on a journey. As you can see, a man with the hat on with his face right here. And once you unite with these crystals and go to sleep, you actually get visits from all the beings that's inside of them.